Welcome to our discussion on CEO fraud, which is this really insidious scam where attackers impersonate top executives to trick employees into transferring funds or sharing sensitive data.
Yep. Right. It's that kind of scam where an email that looks legit convinces finance teams to bypass normal checks. Yeah?
Exactly. It's like the attackers use spoofed or compromised email accounts to send urgent requests. They bank on the natural tendency for folks to, follow authority without a second thought.
So it's essentially a psychological trick using authority bias and urgency to overwhelm employees, correct?
Yes, that's spot on. The fraud exploits our ingrained habit of obeying instructions from higher-ups, which is why when a boss says, jump, many employees just ask, how high?
Right. And interestingly, it's not just a one-size-fits-all approach. They use regular phishing, but also spear phishing and whaling targeting high-profile execs. Am I right?
Absolutely. These methods vary in sophistication. Spear phishing deals with tailored, targeted emails, and whaling goes all in on high-profile leaders. It's like sending a fake memo that looks so real that even a cautious employee might miss the subtle discrepancies.
Yeah, but don't you think that with so many tech solutions around, employees should be able to catch these red flags? I mean, isn't basic vigilance enough?
Well, I respectfully challenge that point. Even with vigilance, the scammers use clever tactics, like mimicking email domains that are almost identical to the real ones. And sometimes even AI, like deepfakes for video calls, to upsell their deception. It's tricky, really.
That's pretty alarming, especially given the statistics. Billions lost, rising trends every year, and even a 14% jump in some cases.
Right? And in 2025, we saw around $2.7 billion in losses from these exploits globally. It's not just about the loss, but the erosion of trust it brings. Cyber criminals thrive on that misplaced trust.
Exactly. So how can businesses, especially those mid-sized ones, that might not have robust security systems in place, protect themselves against these threats?
There are several strategies. First off, employees need to pause and hover over the sender's email address before acting. Even a slight mismatch in the domain can be a red flag. Implementing clear policies for financial transactions, like requiring two-factor authentication and verbal confirmation, goes a long way.
And what about technological measures? Like, should companies beef up their spam filters or use behavioral analytics to catch these scams?
Absolutely. Configuring anti-spam filters, updating them, and using AI-driven tools to monitor unusual email patterns can help. It's like having an extra layer of oversight that flags a request if, say, a CEO suddenly asks for a manual wire transfer.
Right. What I find interesting is the dual edge of AI. On one hand, it powers these scams with deep fake capabilities, and on the other, it can help in detecting them with pattern recognition.
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword. Organizations also need periodic, tailored security awareness training for all employees, especially executives. This training uses real-world simulations to prepare staff to recognize these attacks.
And besides training, maintaining secure network configurations and proper email server settings is crucial, right?
Yes, indeed. About half of email servers aren't even configured properly, making it easy for fraudulent emails to slide through unnoticed. So tightening up those security measures, like network access restrictions and regular audits, is vital.
Absolutely. This conversation really shows that protecting against CEO fraud isn't just a tech issue, but a human factor battle too.
Exactly. It's an ongoing fight on both technical and psychological fronts. With these multi-layered approaches, companies can build a resilient defense against these ever-evolving schemes.
Right on. Thanks for this insightful discussion. It really highlights how crucial continuous vigilance and proper training are to safeguarding organizations.